Welcome back to Math Hub S. As today we are coming to continue our lessons on sequence and series, and today we are going to take a past question on linear sequence, which we have started with. If you have not joined the family, then I'll urge you to be a member. Visit us frequently and enjoy our lessons as we have just started. We hope to take you a long way. So consider subscribing and also liking. You can also share our lessons to colleagues so that together we can build the family. And today, as I said, we are going to take a past question on the linear sequence, and you can see the past question already on the screen. We have three consecutive terms of a linear sequence, also called AP, which means arithmetic progression, are 1 on m, then 1, 6 on m plus 2, where m is not equal to 0 and m is not equal to -2. And then we have find the value of m. So we have these statements given there. I'm simply telling you that if m is equal to 0, it will make the first term here, this is going to be undefined. And if m is -2, this one too will be undefined. So m is not equal to 0 and then m is not equal to -2. The question is find the value of m. So you can start thinking about how you will find the value of m. What do you think you can do to find the value of m? What can you do to find the value of m? So before I even solve, start thinking about what you will do so that you can find the value of m. We have solution. The AP, the terms given to us are m, then 1, then we have 6m plus 2. These are the terms given to us, and these terms are consecutive terms. Note that they didn't say, or they did not state in the question that this one is the first term. They didn't state that this is the first term, and then this is the second term, and this is the third term. They didn't state that. They only said there are three consecutive terms. It's possible that this one is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term, because first, second, and third are consecutive terms. But we should also take note or know that they didn't state in the question that this is the first term, this is the second term, and this is the third term. They only said that these are three consecutive terms, which means that this one can be the 10th term, and this is the 11th term, and this is the 12th term, or this can be 15th term, this is 16th term, this is 17th term. So wherever they appear, they are consecutive terms. That's what it means. So now we are coming to solve the question, and there is another statement in the question, or sentence, or clue in the question saying that it is a linear sequence, or AP. So any linear sequence has what we call common difference, and then so once we are talking about linear sequences, then we should be talking about we have to bear in mind that there is a common difference. The major difference between linear sequence and that of exponential sequence is the common difference and that of the ratio. So linear sequence is linear because it has a common difference, and then exponential sequence has a common ratio. So you take notice of that. Now we think of these terms, these three terms, in what way can we connect all of them so we can form something reasonable, or we can come out with something reasonable that will help us to find the value of m. So basically we know that this term, this one, which is the middle term, minus this one, the first term here, is going to give us a certain d, which is a difference. And then the 6 over m plus 2 is also a term. If we also take this term and we subtract 1 from it, there is also going to be a difference between this term and that of the 1. Then there will be a difference between the 1 and that of 1 over m. The difference between 1 and then 1 over m is the same as the difference between 6 over m plus 2 and then this one. So the difference here is the same as the difference here, and the difference here is obtained by 1 minus 1 over m. The difference here is obtained by 6 over m plus 2 minus 1. They are all the same common difference. Therefore, we are going to form an equation using that ideology. So we have d common difference equal to un minus 1. This is a general formula for common difference. Un, this stands for the term. So if this is the second term, then this is the first term. So second term minus first term will give you common difference. Or if this is the third term, then this is the second term. So we have third term minus second term will give you common difference. Fourth term minus third term will give you common difference in that order. So we are basically saying that implies that 1 minus 1 over m is a difference. That is the difference here. That difference is the same as 6 over m plus 2 minus 1. So that basically we are saying the difference here, the difference in between 1 and then 1 over m is the same as the difference between 6 over m plus 2 and that of 1. So that is what we have here. Now from here, we are going to find LCM for this side and then LCM for the right side. So let's do that. So now we have 1 minus 1 over m is equal to 6 over m plus 2 minus 1. So we are finding LCM for this side. The MCM for the left side, the one here is basically 1 over 1, and the LCM, we have LCM to be m. So we have m divided by 1 to be m. Then we multiply the m by 1 here, and that will be m. Then m divided by m is 1. We multiply that 1 by the 1 top here, and then that will be negative 1. Then we bring our equal to, which is here. Then here 2 is basically over 1. So we have the LCM here to be m plus 2. So we have m plus 2 divided by m plus 2, that will be 1. 1 times 6 is 6. Then we have m plus 2. Then we bring our minus m plus 2 divided by 1 here, that will be m plus 2. Then we multiply that by 1, we get the same m plus 2. So we have m plus 2. So that means that we are now having m minus 1. We are now having m minus 1 all over m is equal to 6. Then we can open the bracket here. So if you open the negative here, this is going to be minus m minus 2. Then we have all over m plus 2. So we proceed. So that means that we have m minus 1 all over m, and then we have 6 minus, we have here, this is negative 2 and this is positive 6, so that will be 4. And we have 4, and then this is negative m, so we have 4 minus m all over m plus 2. Now we are going to cross multiplication because of the equal to sign that we have there. So we are crossing multiply by multiplying this by this and then this by that. So that implies that we now have m minus 1 is multiplying by m plus 2 and then equal to m out 4 minus m. Now we can open our brackets by multiplying through. So m will multiply by m. We have here m will multiply by m and then m will multiply by 2. After that, negative 1 will multiply by m. Then negative 1 will multiply by 2. So we are going to do that. So that means that we have m times m is m squared. Then m times 2 is 2m. Negative 1 here times m is minus m. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Then this is equal to, then we come to the right side, we multiply by this and then we multiply by m. So we get m times 4 is 4m. Then we get m times m is minus m squared. So from here, you can try to group like tens. So I'm sending everything at the right side to the left side. That means that I have m, then I'll bring this m to the left side and it is negative. When it comes to the left side, it's going to be positive. So that will be plus m squared. Then I have here 2m. Then I have here minus m. Then I'll bring this one to the left side. That will be minus 4m. Nothing is left at the right side. So nothing is left at the right side. So equal to 0. So we proceed from here. That means now we have 2m squared. That is m squared plus m squared. Then from here to, I'll have 2m minus m is 1m. Then I have negative 4m here. So basically I have negative 5m. That is this and this. Negative 5m. Then I have 2m. So 2m minus 5m. That will be negative 3m. Then I have 2 here, which I omitted. So minus 2 here. Then I have minus 2 equal to 0. So we have this as a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation, so we find a way to solve it. We multiply this number here by the constant, and that will be 4. Then we find factors of 4 that when we add we get this one, and when we multiply we get the product. So 2 times 2 is 4. So factors of 4, that we can get negative 3. That will be negative 4 and that of 1. Negative 4 and 1. And if you multiply negative 4 and 1, we get negative 4 as the product that we have obtained, which is negative 4. So we are getting 2m, then plus m, then minus 4m, then minus 4m, then minus 2 equal to 0. So I can factor out this side. There is m common, so m will be outside, then 2m in the bracket, then plus 1. Then here at this side there will be 2 common at this side. So I'm going to now factor negative 2 out, and I'll have here 2m will be left at this place, then plus 1. So I'll combine those outside the bracket. That will be m minus 2. Then I'll add the bracket 2m plus 1, and this is equal to 0. Equal to 0, of course. So now we equate each of the brackets to 0. and that means that we have m minus 2 is equal to 0, or 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. So finally we solve from the first one. M minus 2 equal to 0 implies that m is equal to 2. Then we have 2m plus 1 equal to 0. That implies that we have 2m is equal to negative 1, and which implies that we divide by 2, so m is equal to negative 1 on 2. M is equal to negative 1 on 2. So we have been asked to find the value of m, or the values of m. Say find the value of m. M is either 2 or negative 1 on 2. So we call it a day, and if you find this interesting, then consider subscribing. Also remember to visit our channel next time for more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.